So it looks like GTA 6 fans are starting to lose hope after Rockstar's recent announcement of Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy, the definitive edition. We'll talk about how Grand Theft Auto 6 was trending on Twitter, but also how you should not blame the lack of GTA 6 news on the latest trilogy. We'll be talking about that in this video today, and a whole lot more. So GTA 6 fans are definitely starting to lose all hope of ever seeing the day it releases because, as you guys know, last Friday, Rockstar Games revealed and dated Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy, the definitive edition, the trio of remasters of GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. And what Grand Theft Auto fans did not get on that day was anything about GTA 6, a game that GTA fans have been hearing about for years through rumors and leaks, but which has yet to surface or even be officially confirmed. However, despite this, and absolutely getting no news on GTA 6, it has been trending on Twitter on the Friday that Rockstar announced the trilogy and was pretty much trending all weekend long. So you guys might be wondering, why is GTA 6 trending when it had nothing to do with the trilogy remake and remaster of Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas? Well, just about every time there's any news about not just Grand Theft Auto, but anything related to Rockstar Games, this happens every time without fail. So it's not very surprising. Now, as for the tweets and posts on social media, they are full of Grand Theft Auto fans disappointed and deceived. And as you would expect, many clicked on it hoping there was at least a new rumor or a leak about GTA 6, but you would find nothing more than a couple hundred or thousands at this point disappointed fans. Now, it's unlikely that GTA 6 is going to be announced this year, given what Rockstar has got going on with the trilogy and Grand Theft Auto 5 expanded and enhanced, and whatever we get in GTA Online and Red Dead Online through the winter months. But that definitely does not stop the game from continuing to trend on Twitter and on social media. So lots of people were just posting memes and their own disappointment about how this is going to delay GTA 6 even further. Well, that's actually likely not the case. Now, GTA 6 continued to trend over the weekend and even into the early part of this week for another particular reason, and that is yesterday on October 25th, Rockstar first revealed Grand Theft Auto 5. How about that? On October 25th, 2011, Grand Theft Auto 5 was announced and would get its first trailer a little bit later on November 2nd, 2011. So it's been 10 years since Rockstar ever uttered the first word on GTA 5, yet is still completely silent on GTA 6. And that is why we continued to see it trend on Twitter and social media today. So without a doubt, the success of GTA 5 has likely impacted GTA 6 in some way, shape, or form, and that's what we're going to ultimately talk about next. So while it might be tempting to have a frustrated knee-jerk reaction to the news, because many of us would rather get a GTA 6 update instead, this new collection of games actually has little to do with the upcoming sequel. If anything, GTA 6 is far more likely to be a victim of current events rather than the development timeline. So the first thing is Rockstar actually has little to do with the GTA Remastered trilogy. So it's easy to assume that Rockstar Games has been hard at work bringing the GTA trilogy to modern hardware with this collection of remasters, but it's important to note that this is not the case. In the Rockstar Newswire post, where they actually announced the release date of the trilogy and its official reveal, they revealed that the project is being mostly done by a company called Grove Street Games, with Rockstar only assisting as a publishing partner. Now, you might be wondering what that means. It basically means the guys and girls at Rockstar North, who brought GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 to life over the past few years, haven't really been impacted at all by the creation of these re-releases. Now, it's possible that the timeline for GTA 6 has been adjusted now that the trilogy exists, and to satisfy that audience and to give it the amount of time it needs before a new game coming out. But the one game's development technically isn't directly harming the other. So it's not like Rockstar is having to pull resources into making the trilogy that they would be making for GTA 6. Now, another thing, development has proved difficult over the last year and a half. Obviously, we've been dealing with a pandemic. And I would say that AAA game studios in the midst of a pandemic trying to develop a game like GTA 6 is probably increasingly difficult. Now, last year, we actually heard from Microsoft's executive VP of gaming, Phil Spencer. He said that projects requiring significant motion capture or audio work were being hit with the biggest delays. And I'm assuming GTA 6 has a lot of motion capture and audio work. And since GTA 6 is expected to arrive in the next 2 or 3 years, hopefully, that would probably be the exact stage of the creative and development process that Rockstar would be working on. And if you follow the games industry closely over the past year, you've seen the results that the pandemic has had on high-profile titles like Cyberpunk 2077, Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West. They've all been pushed from their respective release dates, and this is proof that it's hard to make games from home, and it's harder to make games in the midst of a pandemic. And that reality alone could have shifted the release date of GTA 6 from 1 year to the next. Now, another impact of the pandemic is chip shortages. So it goes without saying that getting a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X or S right now is difficult. And it's difficult because they can't seem to make as many consoles as consumers want. And this is a result of a global computer chip shortage, and it doesn't look like it's going to be ending anytime soon. In fact, some people in the industry expect that this will last into 2022 and potentially even 2023. So if you think about it, if you're a developer like Rockstar that's working on a big game for the PS5 or the new Xboxes, you basically have two choices. You force that complex project onto last-gen hardware and release it earlier, or you wait for the supply chain issues to go away to release a single definitive version of your next big installment, which is what I think Rockstar wants to do. It looks like they're going to wait this thing out and wait till more people can get their hands on a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series X or S. So long story short, you cannot get mad at the GTA trilogy here if your only reason for hating it is that it is delaying GTA 6. I don't think it's delaying it from a timeline perspective. I think Rockstar has other problems to worry about, and I also don't think it's a manpower issue, as the trilogy, I don't believe, is taking away from Rockstar's development prowess. So long story short, you just have to point your finger somewhere else. You can point it at the success of GTA Online. You can point it at, Take-Two Interactive, Rockstar's parent company, but it cannot be pointed at the trilogy, and that is why over the last couple of days it has been trending so heavily on social media with the 10-year anniversary of GTA 5 being revealed and obviously the announcement of the trilogy definitive edition. But I would, of course, love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. Let me know what you think about all the news and info that we talked about in this video today. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.